Hello everybody and welcome to the next part of the Medieval 2 Total War Russian campaign, and hopefully in this episode this citadel or castle, whatever you want to call it, will finally fall to us, and then we can concentrate on further expansion and the Hungarians will be relegated to just their, I'm guessing, one province here, Antioch, and they'll be far out of our mind, and of course the growing tension possibly with Venice. So I shall end this turn. I'm guessing, yeah, 2 more turns until that falls, unless we want to sally out and we might lose. But I don't really want to fight that battle. I might just auto-resolve it, hopefully, if it's in our favour. It should be. I don't think we've got the larger army and we've got those other reinforcements coming up as well. Also, before I started this episode, I did some sort of management of the empire, building a few things in places, hopefully to increase our money yet again, but we're making a decent amount of profit at the minute anyway. Money's not too much of a problem now. But that sort of generally happens anyway once you get to this point of the game, when you have, say, over 25 regions and you've got your economy sorted, you shouldn't really have problems. So bribe percentage, we shall accept that, and it looks like there's a jihad, the Great Drowning of Men. Okay, you want to read this, pause the video if you like. So jihad to be called, I hope it's not one of my provinces. Oh, thank God it isn't. It's a rebel province. Usually they don't go for rebel provinces. So that's strange, actually. I was under the impression that was owned by the Turks, but I may be wrong. Or maybe wrong before. Because that's the Turkish capital originally, so I don't know what happened to that. Or was it? It might have been owned by Byzantium and then rebelled. That might be it. Oh, I was hoping the Mongol army would have disappeared, but it's come slowly back up again. So I really want to get this army out and heading down towards this castle. Death still stalks the land, but it looks like it's only characters now, so all the cities have healed themselves, which is great. He's still got it. Why is he sitting in the city then? I thought I took all the generals out that had plague. Let me just get them out, because I don't want this Kiev to get plague again. He doesn't have plague, so he can go in. There you go. So we'll just clear these and then see what's going on. We are now the strongest faction, which is excellent. Someone in our family's died, and we got our retraining going. I didn't even know that Denmark was at war with Mongols, but there we go. Turks don't like us, but what's new? So, one more turn. I will stand this other army out. Actually, I will attack as well. So if they do decide to, well, they probably should. They probably will decide to sally forth. That'll be next turn. We should be able to fight them on the battlefield. So, Milan is our allies. Are they at war with Venice? Yes, they are. So it looks like, this is an opportunity, guys, to take this citadel without too much trouble, because I remember there was Venetian armies, but they'll have to deal with this Milan army as long as it stays here, or at least it comes up here. If it moves off into my territory, then I might be a bit stuffed. Yes. So yeah, what I'm going to do is get in there, because we can train really good infantry from this, because it's a citadel. And we don't need this massive army here. It's such a small army garrisoning it. I'm just going to go for it. Doesn't look like we have any generals around here to lead our army, unfortunately. We're not going to be able to reach there this turn. But I think they'll gather that we are going to declare war on them once we're standing here. So we're going to go to here. Yeah, let's go there. Next turn we should reach. Oh yeah, there's gold mines, but they haven't actually built the mines. Yeah, if you take this province here, Zagreb, yeah, they have gold, so you can build mines in there. I'm guessing gold mines are the most profitable of the different ones you can have. So yeah, there's going to be another war, unfortunately. We seem to be at war with most of the world. There are only 5 factions, I should say, including the rebels, if you include them. We're also at war with Holy Roman Empire. And we were looking, until we saw that large army there, about fighting them. Are they at war with anyone? That's the question. See, they're only at war with the Mongols, which are miles away. So if we decide to assault, they can just send all their forces. Oh, Milan owns that castle there still. Maybe they're trying to head back up there. But we've got this Denmark army here. All they're neutral, but they could easily decide to fight. Yeah, we were sending a general down, weren't we? How old is he? He's 47. But well, hopefully he won't get attacked by any other ships. He hasn't. Yes, he hasn't got plague anymore, which is excellent. I only need a small garrison here, really, to defend, I think. So what I'm going to do is form up an army. So we go for a two-pronged attack, but it's probably not the best idea. I'm just knowing which city to attack. That's their capital, so it's probably the more valuable city to them. It's still got plague apparently, but let's get in closer. Oh, they've got massive armies. So, oh Jesus, look at that. But they've got plague. What's that? That's England, who are at peace with, and France. So the only really way to advance is here, unless you want to attack Denmark. But I don't really want to attack Denmark, even though they are standing on the border, ready to pounce, I'm sure. We're going to send an army forth and hopefully have a great victory. So what I'm going to do, let's move some of these bloody priests who are trying to convert this back to Catholicism, although it probably, yeah, we've only got small Orthodox. We've got no priests here either, so that's annoying. Let's see what we can do. I'm not sure how many units these guys have usually. 120, okay. Let's see. Well, that can go into that one. They can't form together because you'll lose one unit. That isn't as much as I hoped, really. Let's group them. Well, they already no, they're not maximum 80 units. Let's group them together, and they still kept their chevrons, which is excellent. Let's get these axemen. They've lose a bit of experience, unfortunately. I'm almost at half stack. I'll bring them along too. I'll bring them along because they're gold chevron. There, let's bring them along as well. Okay, that's looking like quite a nice army. They're going to be joined by some other units. In fact, I'm going to just give them one unit here and take out all these soldiers. I know it's got a blue face, but I'll build that unit over the end turn phase. Join up with them. That's 6 units. 1, 2, 3. So that leaves us 2 spare units. We could get some really good mercenaries, but they are expensive, but we have the money. Actually, I'd like some more spearmen. We don't really have much spearmen. We have the 1 unit mercenary spearmen. These guys aren't really spearmen, they're axemen. So we'll get 2 units of spearmen. And we'll hopefully win that. Oh god, an assassin. Oh, he's rubbish though. So yeah, we're going to try and fight these guys outside Frankfurt. If we deploy good tactics, even though we'll be vastly outnumbered, I'm sure we can prevail. So I'm sure we have the better units because they have a lot of catapults and things, and they aren't the best unless you use them carefully. Right. So the Mongols have fallen back from last turn, I believe, but it looks like maybe this army's heading back for another go. I don't have a general around here, which was the problem I remember from before. All our generals are miles away. He's 25, but he's got the plague. But if he survives, what I'm going to do is going to send himself, and if he survives, we'll send him over to here, and we'll try and defeat this Mongol army so we can clear the path for other troops. So what I'm going to do is start building a navy here. Oh, yes we can. So trade is pretty profitable here, but it could go one level up. So I'm going to build that. The is it a merchant's wharf? No, warehouse. Merchant's wharf is what it has in a minute. Yeah, I sometimes get confused by the different levels of things. Yeah, these all had plague and they just need their men retraining. Moscow. Can't really build much in these cities that will give us money, so I'm not really bothering too much. That guy doesn't have plague anymore, and neither does that guy, so they can go back in. Oh, no, back in. Let's just retrain. God, that's so expensive. The buildings now are just so expensive. For not too much extra, for like 150 extra, it's going to cost us 9,000 florins. Although that's a bit more reasonable. Yeah, let's go with that. I know, again, it's still very expensive, but in the long run, it will be good for us. Let's build a warehouse there. And Stockholm, which is already a very, very profitable city, making 3,300 from trade. Let's see if we can boost that. I don't think we can. It was a small increase for quite. Let's just concentrate on increasing the population at the minute, because that in turn should help with trade. I'm guessing that the more people you have in your city, the more trade you get. That does sound about right. Right, Budapest, a big city that's not building anything. We could. Oh, we're going to have war with Venice, aren't we? So let's get ballista towers going, and let's get a spy, because I want to spy on Vienna. That's another profitable city because they have mines, and it's a massive city. So because of that, the impending war with Venice, I'm going to move my spy back up here and have a look what's going on. So we've got a Denmark army. That's probably one from the Crusade that's heading back up, so that's not going to be a problem. We've got this large Venetian army. I don't think it would reach us, even if it defeated that Milanese army. I don't think it'd reach us before we took that citadel. I'm sure we're going to be able to auto-resolve that. Right. Bucharest, but it's not making much, but we could increase it. Let's do that. Okay, we've got very little money left. I've spent quite a lot this turn, so I think, yeah, let's end the turn again, and now we'll see. Oh, wait a minute, what about Trebizond? Yeah, let's just keep retraining at the minute. Recruit a priest. He's going to act as a bit of a spy. Come down here and see what's going on. So I'll end the turn. Let me just check. Yep. And hopefully, let's see if they sally forth. Let's see what this army does. So that, yeah, Milanese army's headed north, should block the route for any Venetian army trying to leave the citadel we're about to attack. Okay, I have a feeling Denmark's going to attack soon. They've now got a general with an army. Oh, I didn't even know we were at war with Portugal. But ceasefire sounds good. Let's get some trade rights going as well, even though they're probably miles away. Okay, yes, they've decided to sally forth. I'm hoping we can auto-resolve this. I don't want to fight this battle. It's 3-2. Wait a minute, we've only got a 1 unit, and we've got this other army here, but it's not joining in, even though that's blockading this citadel, so it shouldn't be able to... Oh. Right, I'm going to auto-resolve this. We may lose a lot of men, but we can always come back. Average victory. We killed more men than them. It doesn't matter, because they'll now lose the city. I can ransom that. They rejected. There we go. Citadel captured. Excellent. We'll only lose 3,000 men or population if we sack it. We get a lot of money, so that's what I'm going to do. And that's another citadel under our control, which is excellent. And we can retrain that army and possibly either head it towards Constantinople or towards the Venetians, depending on how well that war goes, because that could go terribly wrong. So Deathstalk's land, it's still just characters, which is excellent. No more cities. The Mongols are now the strongest faction, which is worrying and annoying at the same time. Right, so, ooh, Venice is at war with the Papal States. Ooh, that is excellent. That will distract them because they actually have a border with the Papal States. And I can't see that other army. Where is it? Let's go this side. Ah, it's down here. Being blocked by the Venetians. Excellent. They will not be able to reach us. So that'll be another city under our control, which will give us 33 regions. So we only need 12 more with 83 turns left. That's doable. Perfectly doable. As long as we don't lose regions. So, let's join them together. That's a big army. Oh, it looks like it could reach them this turn. I don't want to go inside the city with my spy because he'll get plague. Which is annoying. Right. Budapest has the spy. And Vienna looks terribly undefended. Oh, these are with such a massive population. Oh, we could easily take that. But we haven't got the good troops around here, that's the problem. Busy fighting them. See, it seems to be this is their only strong army, but we can sort of, if we defeat that, then these two cities and citadels are easily for the taking. And that leaves us with a nice border. I may want to take Venice as well itself, because that's really good city for trade, like really good. So we could possibly do that. So what I will do, first things first, is attack a neutral faction. Yes, we want to do that because it's a perfect opportunity. Let's just give that. We can auto resolve that, I'm sure. Retrain and head out and excellent. So, the Hungarian army, that shouldn't attack us. That should try and now head back to Antioch. And it looks like already the Mongols, with a full stack army, have headed to that rebel city. They are the strongest faction after all. So, let's head out. That stupid Mongol army is now standing outside the city. Still got problems. Let's just keep retraining. These guys, we could build across. Let's just retrain them. So, what's next? Right, let's look at the citadel. And what I'm going to do is get rid of all the mercenary units. Let's just get some of these units inside. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, fine, just back off. There we go. It's annoying when you misclick and you move the unit not to where you want it to be. Let's just get some of these units retraining as quickly as possible, and then we'll decide what to do next. So that's that bit done. Up here, we want to get them inside there to retrain. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I clicked the end turn, but that's just told you about misclicking. I did want to actually fight that German army that end turn before I ended the turn. I mean, oh, for God's sake! Just as I said it, I misclicked it. Right. So Breslau, where's Breslau again? It's over here. It is. So that's another general who hasn't got plague, luckily. Right. Do not click that end turn button. That was a waste of a turn. Waste of a turn, but it means we get quicker to the part, which is interesting. Oh, where's the army gone? Has it gone inside? It looks like it's just gone inside this city. Okay, let me take this citadel without any problems then. Yeah, again, sack them and just Right, and obviously in a few turns we'll be able to retrain. I think we can still retrain these guys this turn though. And that's another citadel under our control. The Moors hate it for some reason, even though I've had no dealings with the Moors that I can remember, so that's just strange. So they've lost that. I don't think they have any other castles really, so they can't really get great troops. Yeah, I think that army's gone in there. That's another nice target to go for. Let's get that spy up there as well, towards their homeland. Our general is heading across the sea. Okay, they've decided to fall back again. Next turn we can land. Let's get this priest just standing here. Hopefully we can get by. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's only 22%. He's only 2 piety. Oh, he's only 1 piety. Oh, God. That's poor. Let's just keep retraining. Same as these guys as well. They're probably just armor, I should say. What has that? Hungarian army hasn't moved at all. Well, that's grand. Thought he would have moved, to be honest. So, next part. The fight of our lives, it seems. Unless, right, they're just retraining, aren't they? They're going to be joined. I know now what I'm doing. They're going to be joined by this general, who's going to land here, and that ship's going to go in there. Yeah, we're going to march over here. Oh, we might get attacked by them. Or we can just retreat. They're going to join by him. He can get some more units here. So what he's going to do is going to sneak down and take Vienna. Should take 3 or 4 turns, as long as this Imperial army doesn't do anything stupid. And I think that the spy went inside the city. Oh no, he didn't. I thought at the end turn phase he went inside the city. Okay. Right, here we go. Let's just have a look at the composition of this army. It's got lots of catapults and things, so if we can knock them out, we should get an easier time. Let's head forth. Balance of power is 1-on-1, even though they probably got, yeah, they got more men. So if we can win this battle, we can, and kill as many men as possible, we can take Frankfurt without problem. So I shall see you on the battle map. So here we are on the battle map. We've got quite a good terrain advantage this hill here, because I'm pretty sure all the armies will show up from down there. So what I'm going to try and do is keep my infantry and archers up here, and let's see what we can do with our cavalry. We've got some archer cavalry who are going to do their special ability, the circle thing. We've got some missile cavalry here as well. So let's see what can happen now. I've also got my general and his units. I'm going to see if we can do some charging. And yeah, enemy reinforcements delayed. That's because my PC isn't powerful enough to display them all. Although I also think maybe this game isn't powerful enough, because this is basically 4 full stack armies close enough. So with the circle, we shouldn't get hit so much with arrow fire. They can do the circle as well, so let's go down here and let's get our cavalry down as well. Right, let's pause a minute. I just want to see. Right, they're crossbow militia. Do we want to attack them? Yeah, let's go for them. They probably got the weaker armour. So it looked like they've put their crossbow militia first. Right, they're going to go. I'm just going to make sure I all selected the right persons yet. They will probably get hit as well, but with the circle it shouldn't be as damaging. I hope. Right. So, my general. This is going to get peasant archers. Come on, guys. We're going to charge down the hill. Hopefully get a good charge in. These guys, unfortunately, because they're javelin, they have to get a bit closer. Oh, they're falling back. Oh, they're showing their backs to us. That's not a good idea, guys. That's where your armor's probably weakest. Yeah, come on, General. Charge down at them. And then fall back again. If you get a charge in. Yep. That's it, and fall back up. You're going to get a charge in. And fall back up. And so far, it's relatively alright. Okay, we're being chased back up the hill. Didn't expect that. Right. Charge back down. Oh, is that? Oh, so that's not our general. That's just one lone guy who had trouble running back out. So can we get another charge in with a hill advantage? Come on, guys. Yes, that's it. And fall back up. Come on, fall back, guys. Don't... Right, they're not running. This is annoying. And we're losing horsemen now. Right, we get another charge in. Percentage-wise, we're doing alright at the minute. We should get another charge in now. That's excellent. Fall back. They're getting shaken. That's excellent. Right, get another charge in. And fall back.
The battle is very much in our favor.
Although I think we did lose a few men then because we ran into arrows. I mean, not arrows, spearmen. We'll just keep charging, trying to charge these peasants, archers. What are these guys? Crossbow militia. Right, I think I'm gonna... These guys charging those passive crossbowmen, or what they're called. Oh, what was that? That was... projectiles. Oh, we could easily die from that, actually. That's a bit worrisome. It's hard to keep an eye on both of them now because they're all split up. Right, they should be able to... Okay, that didn't do as much as I was hoping, but fall back. Fall back properly, guys. Do you not charge them properly? That's annoying. Charge them. I might have to send my general back in a minute, actually, because he is losing quite a lot of men. We'll get another charge in here. And we'll fall back. These guys, however, we need to charge back in, guys. Back up the hill. You probably... Oh, wait, actually. Chase after those crossbowmen. They're routing. Let's see if we can make these guys rout. Or at least... There we go. And fall back. Right, we're losing men. Oh god, they've come back. Right, okay, no guys. Right. You're being a bit surrounded actually, so fall this way. I think my general's done enough for the time being. My archers are still doing a good job. They haven't really lost any men. In fact, let's start firing on the infantry. Okay, they've done another good charge. Fall back. Oh god, they got catapults now. Well, they must have had them before, but I haven't seen them. They're not firing at my archers, which is strange. Let's get another charge in. Come on. There we go. That's it. And fall back. My general, still miles away, but get back to your own men. Percentage wise, we're doing fine. We won't be able to do this so much with the other armies though, unfortunately, because we haven't got enough cavalry to do this continuously. Well, these guys can now charge, because they've now run out of... Take skirmish mode off, take that circle thing off, and Let's charge into these guys, see if we can get a charge in. There's 67 of you. There we go. And fall back. They've been charged, fall back.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain
Right, so that's another unit routed, which is excellent.
it will be ours.
Charge back the helm. So this is sort of quite a useful tactic if you have a lot, or if you have a lot of cavalry. It's really useful, just charging back and forth. As long as you can get your cavalry to charge properly, it can be really... See, that wasn't the best one because they were running away, but it can be really devastating. Again, that wasn't great, that one. But if they're standing still and they're not like spear units, which unfortunately I did charge into a while back, it can be really damaging. Right, let's see what we can charge into this time. Let's charge into them again. They seem to want to stand there. There you go. See, look, all those men just flying. And we're not losing too many horsemen because of it. The odd one here and there. They're losing more men than us. That's the important thing. I'm guessing you don't want to see this going back and forth, so I'll pause and I'll get back to playing the video when we get to a more interesting point. Right, and I've been playing for a little further along while, and I've been doing the charges again now with my archer cavalry because they've run out of arrows, and now the second army has appeared. So again, I'm just trying to charge down, but it's not working as well as it did before. Unfortunately, these cavalry aren't as good as charging. So I'm thinking about perhaps now that I've probably killed a lot more men than they have, actually retreating from the battlefield and retraining my men because the cavalry units are gone. Because they won't be able to retrain most of their men straight away. They've lost a lot of men. And all I've lost really is my cavalry, which I can retrain pretty easily. So, thinking that in mind, we're going to retreat. Because they're just going to bring up more units. So I don't think I'll win this battle outright without losing too many of my men, which I don't want to do. So what I'm going to do is get everyone to call a retreat. And hopefully they'll go the right way. And yeah, they've lost 37% of their army, we've lost 8%, so hopefully that should equate to a lot of men. They'll get their ones we've captured back, unfortunately. But that is life. And if they want to attack us when we'll be on the defensive, that's fine, because they'll actually be sallying forth, whereas they were on the defensive, so it was harder. But we've hopefully reduced their army quite considerably. I think a few units actually routed and went off the map. So that's not too bad. Let's just speed this up as fast as we can. And our army will live to fight another day. So yes, look at that, yeah. Killed almost 1,000 men, we've only lost 166. That's their main army. So we'll see what they do, whether they reform, attack us. So that's, even though a defeat, it's sort of a half victory, I suppose. And we'll accept their ransom. And look, their first army is now being majorly depleted. And we'll see what they do next turn. And obviously next, if they attack us, all our archer cavalry will have arrows again, so that's not too bad. So I think, unless there's anything else immediately needs to be done, there's these guys training here, and let's just build a small Orthodox church there. I think I'll end the episode there. And what I'll do is I'll do one more end phase. I just want to see what the Holy Roman Empire does. It's going to be quite interesting to see that. I didn't actually build anything that turn, so I got quite a lot of money. But they won't be able to retrain 900 men in a few turns. Whether if they wanted to, we can retrain those 166 men much quicker. It looks like they haven't actually headed forward. Interesting. No, some doesn't it? Ooh, an even greater threat. I'll read this. The Mongol invasion was a terror that the rulers of the Western world were simply not ready to face. But to the stories of travellers are to be paid any heed, then there is an even greater threat on its way. I know what this is, and probably you know mostly what this is, but anyone who doesn't, I won't spoil it, but there's something else is coming from the east. Rioting in Stockholm. I did not know that there was a problem with rioting, or public order I should say. Yeah, we could probably increase the religion here, so let's just get a priest. That's a bit worrisome actually, because it's at the lowest tax rate. I'll just get some more units to garrison. Oh, Prague is affected by plague. What? Oh, that's just the general plague, that's not the Black Death, because there's no general in there. That just got it. So, let's just go for all these. And so yeah, it looks like the Imperials haven't done much. One thing I should just auto-resolve a battle that I'll probably lose, but I'll deplete so many of their men, and then this guy can come across and finish it. Because when you get to this point, you don't want to fight every battle, and you have so many men that even if you lose an army, you can just build another one, and it sort of gets to the point where you auto-resolve a lot. Whereas at the start of the game, you tend to fight not every battle, but the vast majority of battles. And yes, they're on their way. The Venetian army is on its way, but as you can see, we can now retrain infantry, so we'll be ready for them, I hope, unless they go up to Budapest, which would be an easy target, and it's probably the best thing for them if they decide to do that. So the Mongol army has decided to stand by that city again. Very annoying. And how would you get there? Okay, what's the quickest way? Let's head this way. Right, I'm going to go this side. Oh, we can get a massive army of mercenaries. And again, I'll probably just auto-resolve that battle. Let's just get these mercenaries, and we've got the money. Let's just see what we can do. Oh, that's just a catapult. Let's stand there. Clear victory. Excellent. No. And that's that army completely wiped out. Excellent. I don't mind spending about how much that cost. Probably 15 grand. 15,000 florins. Just to wipe them out, and we don't have to face them. Because I'm sure if I fought that battle map, it would take ages to fight that battle. And now we've got a decent sized militia army, which I'll probably back up with some of these units, and we can start heading down south. Excellent. Although we'll probably go into conflict with this Mongol army once it's finished taking that rebel city, which I'm sure it will. So, we've got 5 units spaces that we can fill up. So let's get some of this cavalry. Although we've already got loads of cavalry. Let's join them together. Get one of these archer units. Okay, so we'll head south. I'll probably just leave that Turkish fort there. They're not really doing anything annoying. And it looks like, yes, the Mongols are returning. They're returning for around 27 or something like that. Let's get heavy armour going. We've got space, see, for 5 units. Let's get this spearman going. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this just to get another unit. We can recruit them if we need to. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Let's get some more infantry going down here. Still 3 more spaces. Let's just get these guys down there and in the city to defend it. Excellent. Not doing much there. They're just retraining, and we'll have to decide when to head out. Actually, based on that fight with the Mongols, where it seemed to be half and half, yet we won. It wasn't clear. I don't think it was an amazing victory, but we still won. I'm going to actually auto-resolve this battle here. What I'm going to do actually is instead Because we get so many mercenaries, we have the money. We can just build mercenary armies just all over the place. So yeah, let's see what happens when I fight this battle in order to resolve it. It's a clear victory! Even though it was half and half, and we've just killed 1,000 of their men. They've still got lots of men left. But, you know, not really execute them. They've lost so many. You got cruel and cunning. And all these small units, none of them have actually depleted. I'll send them back to retrain, just fill them up with mercenary units. It is excellent, although he can't move, which is unfortunate. So I'll just besiege, and next turn we'll probably take that. That's much easier than having that massive fight. Bearing that in mind, he should be able to do that by himself now. So what I'm going to do is this guy is going to head south. With this new army, be wary of that army, although we're going to unfortunately go in where it can attack us. And we can retrain men there, but I think that might come from the pool of this guy as well, so I want to just make sure we take Frankfurt first. So Frankfurt will fall. The only other really army that's worrisome is that one, led by Conrad, who's got plague. So Nuremberg can easily fall, then Vienna. So the cities of Central Europe are just falling now under our control. There was that sort of brief interlude where we had the plague, so we couldn't really send our forces out because they were just getting depleted. But now we're back on the warpath, and it's looking good that we're going to take a lot of cities in the next few turns. So that was quite an enjoyable episode. I hope you enjoyed it too. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.